rank of Eagle is to complete a service project, something to benefit the community. These guys, the projects that they did, Gavin, his project was the first one we did. His project was over at the Hartford Fairgrounds, and out behind the beekeeping building, he built a pergola to sit over top of a bench. This is something that could be used for folks to get out of the sun, sit down, take a break, and provide very cleaned them up, supposed to remulched it, and just cleaned up that whole area. That was a wonderful project. Alex, his project was, of course, second in line. He was quite the overachiever, and yeah, he planned out a very nice pavilion that was constructed over at, I guess it's going to be the new Hartford Community Park. I guess that's what it's going to be when it's done. It's at the ball field up behind the Hartford Garage. And this, it started out, it was just a massive project, everything from the concrete to the roof, but he did a great job with that. And that will serve as a basis for that project to get that rolling. Webster's Dictionary describes an eagle as a large bird of prey with sharp vision and powerful wings, famous for their strength, size, grace, and keen vision. It is the national emblem for the United States. Though the eagle is found throughout the world, he is never found in abundance. He is always rare. He is always a superb specimen. In scouting, the eagle stands for strength of character. The eagle stands for knowledge of all phases of scouting. The eagle represents an understanding of community and nation, and a deep respect for singing. The eagle is a symbol of what a young man has done, as well as what that young man will do and will be when he grows to manhood. The eagle is a leader. The eagle is respected both by his peers and by his adult leaders. Would the Eagle Scout candidates please rise? This will let the candles here. Lighting these two candles symbolizes the pinnacle achievement of attaining Eagle Scout. They are the largest and only self-standing candles, signifying the strong future of a new Eagle Scout. Will Kristen Potter, Scoutmaster of Troop 98, please come up and present our new Eagles with their medals.
You both wear these medals with pride and honor in your achievements. I also have some Eagle Palms to award these gentlemen. So there are a certain number of merit badges that you are required to earn to get your Eagle rank. These gentlemen both went above and beyond and earned some extra merit badges. So today, Gavin will be getting a bronze Eagle Palm. And a gold Eagle Palm. And Alex will be earning
Would Jamie Gavin please come up and present our new Eagles with their patches? Would Pastor Will please come up and present our new Eagles with their certificates? Will Peggy Empet please give our new Eagles their mother's pins? And will the new Eagles please present their mothers with the mother's pins? Will our new Eagles please present their fathers with their fathers' pins? Okay, the parents of the new Eagles, Scouts, may be seated.
So at this point, we have a few letters of congratulations, and the first, if we could have Alan Hall come up.
So thank you. It's a true honor to be here today for the Eagle Scout ceremony. The attendance that we have here today is overwhelming to me, to see so many people taking pride and joy in being part of this program. Congratulations, of course, to the 2 young Eagle Scouts, but also congratulations to everybody here, because it takes a community to get people to this point. So congratulations to everybody. And I do have a couple citations from the Commissioner's office. You have to excuse me, I left my glasses home. I have to use my wife's. So, no pictures, please. So the first one is to Alex. Alex, the Baden-Powell Council, Boy Scouts of America 2023, Susquehanna County Citizen Citation for rank of Eagle Scout. Whereas the vision of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare youth to become responsible, participating citizens and leaders who are guided by the Scout Oath and law. And whereas Alex Empet, an Eagle Scout, is a student at Mountain View High School, and a member of Boy Scout Troop 98 Hartford, and has completed the requirements and achieved the rank of Eagle Scout on January 5th, 2023, the highest rank of the Boy Scouts of America. During this time, he held multiple positions, and whereas Alex's Eagle Scout project included building a pavilion at the Hartford Township Community Park. The pavilion will provide shade and serve as a gathering space for community members utilizing the park. Whereas Alex serves as an example to youth throughout his high level of personal achievement, leadership, and community service. And now therefore, be it hereby proclaimed that the Commissioners of Susquehanna County hereby recognize Eagle Scout Alex Empet, presented this day. And I can't help but look at Gavin's hair. Boy, I wish I had hair. So, again, Gavin Bewley, Baden Powell Council Boy Scouts of America 2023, Susquehanna County citation for rank of Eagle Scout. Whereas the vision of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare youth to become responsible, participating citizens and leaders who are guided by the Scout Oath and law. And whereas Gavin Bewley, an Eagle Scout, is a student of Mountain View High School and a member of the Boy Scout Troop 98 Hartford, and has completed the requirements and achieved the rank of Eagle Scout on March 4th, 2023, the highest rank in Boy Scouts of America. During this time, he held multiple positions, and whereas Galvin's Eagle Scout project included renovating a shade garden at the Hartford Fairgrounds by building a pergola and adding a bench for patrons to utilize while attending the fair. Whereas Gavin serves as an example to youth throughout his high level of personal achievement, leadership, and community service, and now therefore be it hereby proclaimed that the Commissioners of Susquehanna County hereby recognize Eagle Scout Gavin Bewley, presented today.
So I have, Senator Lisa Baker from the Senate of Pennsylvania sent each of these boys, Eagle Scouts, our young men, a letter, so that each have an individually written letter, which I won't read, but I'll read the whereas, etc. So whereas Gavin and Alex, and any of you that have been involved with the troop, these young men have been together there. I'm improvising, right? These young men have been together the whole time. I didn't make it up, but when someone's looking for either one of them on a scouting event, it's where's Galax? And it works every time, because they're always together, and I think having this Eagle ceremony, I think, is a great fitting example. So, whereas Gavin, Alex, Galax have earned their rank of Eagle Scout, the highest achievement rank available in the Boy Scouts of America, and whereas only attained by a small percentage of all Boy Scouts. This monumental achievement represents the great sacrifice and tremendous efforts that have been made by these young men. And whereas the sons of, well, you know who we are, members of Troop 98, they have served as chaplain, aide, scribe, assistant, senior patrol leader. I think that really captures both of everything you guys have done. I didn't miss anything, did I, Alex? Okay. For their Eagle Community Service project, they constructed and did different things at both the fairgrounds and the park. Now, therefore, the Senate of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates Galax upon earning the ranks of Eagle Scout, commends them both on their outstanding work they have done to earn this prestigious honor, wishes you both continued success in all your future endeavors, and directs that a copy of this document, sponsored by Senator Elizabeth J. Baker, be transmitted to both you young men. And it is signed by several folks within her office. So, Gavin, this one's yours. And there is a letter in there you guys should read. Alex, this one's yours. So, if we could have Jamie Galvin come to the front.
Today we're here to honor Gavin and Alex. I'm also tasked with a challenge, a real character builder that you both, through scouting, have faced character builders before. And we know we'll get through it. Craig Stout started your scouting adventure. He saw it through the best that he could. And he asked me to present each of you today with a Bible. We've heard a lot of words today. Character, the scout oath, the scout law, trustworthy, loyal. 3 other words that I think of today that exemplify the great character of our community, Craig, are courage, perseverance, and faith. So I ask you to move forward through your lives with the Holy Bible. And remember to have courage, perseverance, and faith. So on behalf of Craig Stout, I congratulate you boys in your achievement.
So the last bit of congratulations is one I get to make. And I've thought about this a couple different ways as far as watching these goofballs, young men, now Eagle Scouts progress. And it was really about witnessing a journey end to end. And you know, from the Bibles that were just awarded, which is fantastic, right? Craig was there from beginning to the end. But as I thought more about it, it's actually just the beginning, right? And as I look out in the crowd with you guys, all of you have been involved with their journey, right? Their scouting journey in some way or another. And that's really what this celebration is all about. So it isn't the end, but rather the next step. And so congratulations to you both as you move on. At this point, do you guys have a list, Alex? Or do you want to, your mentor? So, well, here, if you know who you're going to follow, right? Okay, yep, come on now. So this was your set.
So these are, could we ask Jamie Gavin, Scott Ice, Grandma and Grandpa Empet, representative for Craig Stout, representative for Greg Simoleski, Kristen Potter, and Owen Bewley to come forward. These are for our mentor pins. Without this amazing group of people, we could not have done our Eagle Scout. And each and every single one of these have helped us along the way with our Eagle Scout rank. First, we're going to do Jamie Galvin. Jamie Galvin was the leader who welcomed us into our Boy Scout career and helped further the idea of what it means to be a Scout. We'll remember all the traditions he helped start, like the Thanksgiving feast, chocolate bars at the end of each camp out, and the dream of going to Maine, which was an amazing success and left us happy for a week in Maine. Scott Heiss is next. He is the leader who is willing to help us whatever is asked of him, as willing as helping us learn new skills. He's willing to let us learn a little and then show us a better way of doing it. I'll always remember his 1 cup of coffee each day, which is actually pretty large. He is a great asset with all the community service projects, as well as coming up with community service projects at each year's summer camp. Grandma and Grandpa Empet. Grandma has always been there to help us whenever it's needed in our scouting journey. She's always been willing to take me to meetings whenever I need a ride. She's always reminded me if I was to forget something with the reminder phone calls. Most importantly, Grandma has been our scout troop master pie baker. You can ask anyone in the troop, and they have always loved her pie and corn casserole, along with helping making a delicious meal for all the volunteers during my Eagle project. Grandpa and Grandma are going to share a poem, sorry. Grandpa has helped me tremendously whenever building was needed, from helping build Pinewood Derby cars that are outside, to my Eagle project. Grandpa has always been very helpful with helping out all things scouting. He served as a safety and nap instructor for my Eagle project, which made sure we were prepared more than our scout motto of just wing it, as well as making sure that the naps of the day were well taken care of. Thank you, Gavin.
So my 3 mentor pins, we'll first start off with Greg Simileski, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but we will give it to Mrs. Simileski. So thank you for coming out. Greg was a large part of our Cub Scouting experience. Greg and Craig were like two hands in the glove. They're perfect together. They worked endless hours, planning different events, and always being patient and working with with all the difficult little kids. He worked with us as we climbed the ranks within Cub Scouts. I think it was when we were Weeblos and we were drawing cards, and we learned about the different spirit animals that we were. So that was a good time trying to figure out what they were. And so we wrote them down, colored them on leather, and then we made dream catchers to put them under. And so we built our dream catchers. So all the bad dreams would get lost in, but I must have made my hole a little too big because I should get them occasionally. But we went outside and we went in the freezing cold within outside of the church. We made a little fire and blessed them, and so I still have it hanging in my room. I brought it out today, but we want to thank you, Greg. My next mentor pin goes to our lovely scout leader, Kristen. We give her this pin today for being our backbone of the troop. She's really stepped up, coming to our troop, moving with Riley. And we joke around that she's only here for the paperwork, but she is here for so much more. We would all be lost without her scouting expertise. She's joined countless organizations such as the Order of the Arrow. She helped plan our last winter camporee to make our experience so much better. Everything that we need to be filled out or sent to council or planning different events, we wouldn't have been able to do it without our amazing Scoutmaster, Kristen. So then my third, not final yet, but my third pin would go to my dad, Owen Bewley. He has been my biggest scouting supporter. He's always been there to lend a helping hand, helping plan a little behind the scenes, always having to pull the scout trailer when he's around, serving as the extra scout leader that we've always needed. We can trust him with the checkbook, but I don't know about cooking donuts over open fire. As some of us know the story, I wear a little patch, and so our scout mascot is burning as flaming Dutch ovens. So that's a little self-explanatory. So I won't go into it there, but you can leave it at that. So if Alex would want to join me up here, our fourth and final pin would like to go to Craig, which Tammy can accept for us today. We presented to Craig for being the best and most encouraging scout leader that we've ever had. Our Cub Scout meetings were ran so smoothly because of his hard work and dedication to inspiring younger scouts. I wouldn't have been able to make it this far if Craig wasn't there for us. So he planned, and we went to, made a little fundraiser at the rest stop on 81. So every year our Cub Scout would go down and we'd serve hot dogs and other treats. This exposes to the public and just to see everybody else and what their opinions are for Eagle Scouts. And so I distinctly remember one gentleman who was the head of hiring people for his division of the U.S. Postal Service. And so he said, so he first came up, we served him his food, and so he asked if we were planning on being Eagle Scouts. So all of us, being very ambitious, we said yes, of course. And so he said that each Eagle Scout he sees in an application, he immediately puts it first. So that was one more driver to help us become Eagle. And so that really stuck with me to help me move on to my Eagle Scout.
Craig was the leader that pushed us to keep scouting alive in Troop 98 and pushed us to get our Eagle rank. From the time we started scouting, he made sure that we understood the brotherhood that is associated with the scouting spirit. From the rest area fundraisers to our can drives, there's always someone who came up and say, I was an Eagle Scout, or just a scout. If there was an opportunity for scouts to be involved, Craig found it, whether it's doing the Pledge of Allegiance at the Hartford Fair truck pulls, or getting us into the Binghamton Senators hockey games. Will we never forget Craig's scout spirit and his encouragement and support he has given us since our scouting journey started 11 years ago. We have decided to give Tammy this pin in memory of Craig and for her assistance in helping Craig make all of his scouting goals possible for us.
You guys. All right. So we're in the home stretch. We're almost there. So at this point of the Court of Honor, we would like our new Eagle Scouts, Alex, would like to make a few additional remarks. I don't know which one of you guys is going first.
Looking back on all the memories we've had throughout the years has made me realize that we wouldn't have these great experiences without leadership, without our parents' support. Our biggest supporters growing up are our parents because they want to see the best in us. So that's why me, along with my fellow scouts and Alex, have joined this great organization to really round us off as individuals and send us off into adulthood. And so this influence on our leaders is much more than we thought. Looking around the room are all of our supporters, and we wouldn't have made it here without all of the community, parents, relatives, without their support in general. So without them, we would not have made it anywhere. So this morning, I started off completely normal, woke up, got chores done. I was working on shoveling the steps when I hear my mom yelling, Gavin, look, there's an eagle, an eagle. So I look up, and sure enough, flying over, there's a bald eagle that went over. And so that was this morning, and I thought it was a great sign and a very encouraging sign that today was just meant to be. An Eagle Scout flying over, as today we got our official Eagle ceremony, got everything around us off. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has helped us along the way, the community, and thanks for the Eagle to really help us along. So thank you.
I started my scouting journey 11 years ago because I like the outdoors and camping. It had never been my goal to be an Eagle Scout, but upon joining Scouts, and seeing how many connections it would help me make to the people I'd meet along the way, I realized that it must be a goal, and now that I have completed my Eagle, it is my proudest accomplishment. It's helped me shape the person I am today. I couldn't have done it without all of the amazing leaders who have helped me along the way, whether it was challenging ourselves more and more. Our cooking went from beans and franks, wasn't very good, to steak and lobster. Our camping went from going one-night camping trip to a 5-day trip in the wilderness in Maine. We went from summer camping when it's beautiful out to camping when it's 0 degrees and snowing. One of my funniest memories in scouting is from our canoe trip in Maine. Gavin and I were canoeing together, per the usual, and Gavin in particular really enjoys fishing. So I'd paddle the boat while he would play with lures, admire nature, think about what we were having for lunch, or why he wasn't catching any fish. Moral of the story was, he wasn't paddling. So from that point on, the rest of the group and myself had lots of fun yelling, "Paddle!" at him anytime he would stop paddling. It was very entertaining. But not as exciting as the biggest fish he ever caught, which was the magnificent, elusive Mr. Heiss, aka him just pulling on Gavin's fishing line from the back of another canoe. We still pick on Gavin about it to this day. I'll never forget so many of the other memories we made from this trip. For my Eagle project, I wanted a project that was going to last forever and can be enjoyed by all ages. I was then made aware of the need for a pavilion at the Hartford baseball field and park. When I first proposed this project to the Eagle Board, they told me I could never complete it. And they were 100% right. I could have never done it without the support from the community, both financially and physically, which I was given tremendously. I was ready to begin work on the project in early October, and that's when Mother Nature decided it should be monsoon season. So it was going to be very hard to get to the site without doing damage to the baseball field. I asked RHL companies to build me a roadway to get to the site, which they did more of a highway, which is perfectly fine with me. This helped get supplies and materials to the site much more easily. I then had Herbert Excavating and Fiduciak Masonry help me complete the concrete and foundation portion. Masters Concrete generously donated the concrete for the foundation, which made it a rock-solid foundation for the future. When it came to building, I knew that I was going to need a team of volunteers to make it go smoothly, which I was able to get from family, friends, and fellow scouts. I also needed a mentor for the building and construction, which I was able to get with Will Harvatine and Harvatine Construction. He made building go much easier with his years of experience and expertise. The pavilion now stands at the Hartford baseball field, with the park hopefully coming in the new future to be enjoyed by all ages. When I went to the Eagle Board to get it finalized, my one complaint that I said had given me a little bit of difficulty was the engineers. They all laughed. Then the one man sitting on the board said, "I turned out to be an engineer." Whoops. I'm very proud of my project, and I am willing to let anyone who would like to go check it out anytime. In closing, I am very proud that I have completed my Eagle Scout project in rain. However, I could have never done it without the help of Craig and Greg for getting me started in Cub Scouts and getting us into the Boy Scout program. For Jamie, who introduced scouting to us, and for Kristen, who made sure we knew what had to be done in order to get the Eagle rank and pushing us along the way. For Scott and Owen, who were constantly there if I needed any help or encouragement with our projects and scout lessons. And finally, for my family, parents, and the community of Hartford, who helped me along the way. Thank you.
So the Scouts of Troop 98 have a history of stressing me about their Eagle projects. The scout previous to these two gentlemen, Travis, was very last minute before he was aging out. Gavin's was, "Hey, I'm gonna build a pergola at the Hartford Fair." I said, "You know that's next month, right?" He's like, "Yep." So he had a plan. Alex's was, "Yeah, I want to do this project that costs $14,000. I was like, "Okay, you could do it. Do you have a plan?" "Yep." "Okay," and they did. They both went forth and they conquered. I first came across these two gentlemen when they were Cub Scouts. We briefly crossed paths at day camp. Came across their path later when my son joined Troop 98, and I have watched them grow both in maturity and height. And these two gentlemen are the epitome of our scouting ideals. And I want to congratulate both Gavin and Alex, our Galax, for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. I now declare this Eagle Court of Honor closed. We invite everyone to come forward and congratulate the Eagle Scouts and their parents, and to please join us for some refreshments. Thank you.